Welcome to Season 3 of the Take the Leap podcast. We want to thank you for being a part of this journey with us.
Whether you're just starting to tune in or you're a longtime listener of the podcast, you can expect to hear from entrepreneurs in all stages of their journey, how they got to where they are, and all the mistakes and victories they've had along the way.
We're excited to share new guests and have some returning folks from our first 2 seasons. Thank you for being here, and we hope you enjoy this episode.
Hello, and welcome back to the Take the Leap podcast. Hi, Ashlan. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. Like we're moving things. We're being productive.
I get to visit you this week because this
I'm
is the week that I get to come to Portland.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Yes, Ashlan's coming. We're gonna do some in-person recordings. Hopefully we remember to take some behind the scenes photos.
Maybe we will task Mary
videos
to do that because
That's
then
a
we
good
can
idea.
just tag. Well, and she'll probably want them too for Sasquatch as well. So Mary, if you happen to be tuning into this, please capture moments for us.
I'm so excited. I also feel like we talk about Mary on like every episode. We should just tell her we should play a drinking game. Like how many times
we reference her?
Mary?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, anyway, the whole purpose of this episode is to recap our conversation with Julie, which was such a fascinating conversation. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like I get nervous when we talk to people who are, in finance or bookkeeping or anything like that, because I'm like, I suck at this area. I'm not doing all the things you're recommending, and now you're recommending them,
exactly.
and I feel like I definitely should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, one of the things we talked about was avoiding taking on debt and focusing on emergency savings fund instead. And you know what? Of course, just like in my personal life, it's like, yes, we need to like build our emergency savings. And I've heard of other people doing emergency savings in their businesses as well. But I personally have not prioritized that. So this year, I vow to you and all the listeners listening, feel free to like get up my ass if you want about it. I am going to open a savings account for my business specifically because I know how important that is. Yeah. And I have not done that yet. So thank you, Julie, for that recommendation.
And if you can automate it. So like in September, when I was in Portland, we closed our On Point account. Sorry, On Point. We really love you, but we can't, like, if I wanted
You're
to
not
do
Vegas.
You don't exist in Vegas, so please come here and I would switch back. But yeah, like they were like, oh, you can do this, you just have to get it notarized. And I was like, I'm not gonna do notary things every time I try to do a bank thing. But one of the things that I did when I opened up my new account was anytime like a payment for an invoice comes in, so like say somebody pays like $1,000, 10% of that automatically goes in my business savings account. So out of that $1,000, $100 would automatically be put into the savings account. And so, so that's been something that I've been doing, which I think is really helpful. And then I just pretend that money is not there so that it can kind of be the rainy day fund as well. So yeah, that's been something that I've been doing, only since September, but it's been nice to see that grow and then, just have that there on the side. And I was talking to Brady, who we're going to have on the podcast coming up very soon. But I remember when my computers like crashed out.
Oh, that's right.
So like part of what that savings fund is for is to pay if I needed to like replace a laptop or replace my desktop or anything like that too. So I've even earmarked like, if you have to dip into the emergency fund, you need to leave this much left to replace, a computer as well.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And that's exactly what it's for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I remember that. Smart. It's smart. Well, and the other thing that we talked a lot about, which you and I have talked about before, is your money mindset and how problems are often rooted in that mindset, meaning like your belief systems around debt and savings and taking calculated risks. And I've actually been like, this topic keeps coming up for me a lot, like at the end of this year, especially. And I've really been like, oh, I still have, like, I thought that like I was kind of over this, but I still have a lot of fears, like a deep fears around money. And that might be actually why I'm doing some of these things with my clients, are like undercharging a little bit just to try and get that sale, or like, you know, things like that. And so I think knowing what they are so that you can counteract that, because when you think small, you're only going to attract small things. Right. And
Absolutely.
so I think this was just a really, really good reminder.
Yeah. That's, I mean, definitely something that I've struggled with, especially with like, last year having to downsize my team and, having like some clients go away and close. And I definitely got into that zone where I was just like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it and I'm not going to have enough money. But you know what? When I changed my mindset around it and really was just like, okay, girl, what are the things that you have to do to get more clients, to get in the doors? And I mean, that was part of the reason why I joined these like local networking spaces, because I was just like, you don't have your same network that you had in Portland here in Vegas, but there are, some very like calculated things that I could do to make that possible. And so, just redoing that focus. And then like, also, I don't know, none of those clients like closures or anything like that, or like leaving me, was anything to do with me. It was more to do with like economic, related things in our political environment. And so like, instead of like getting down on myself and being like, oh, I messed up, being more confident in it and being like, the things that you have to do, like just go do them instead of like wallowing in it or worrying about it. So yeah, it's been really helpful to have that slight shift as well. So yeah.
Exactly. Well, super helpful conversation. Super helpful. And the other, like the other main thing I want to make sure we debrief was, she had mentioned making sure, like, if you're worried about money or you don't have the privilege or luxury of being able to like just see how it goes for a few months, you need to make sure that you still have like a steady stream. She had suggested doing things like varying your income streams or having it as a side gig first during the transition to avoid financial stress. And both you and I did kind of a version of that. I spent a year kind of doing it on the side and saving up money. And then my husband also was secretly saving up money for me to do that, which was very sweet. And so, doing that helped me have like a nest egg. So when I officially was like, all right, I can do this, I'm going to do it, I had something to lean back on before I had a ton of clients. Because I didn't spend any of that money that I had made on the side, for a little bit. And so that gave me a nice little goose egg, nest egg.
Goose egg is the negative one. I don't know.
Goose egg.
We don't want it to be a goose egg. Goose eggs usually are bad things. Unless it's the golden goose on
the golden goose.
Yeah, on Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and I know you kind of had a variation.
Yeah. I mean, I had 15 months of side gigging, but and I waited a while to jump out. Like I waited basically until I was like making as much through my business as I was working full time, which, there was the scary jump of that. Cause like, even though I was quote unquote making the same amount of money, we all know that you don't get to take home all that, you don't get to take home that gross revenue dollar. So I was taking a shot on myself and, making sure that one of the first things I did was ask all clients like, hey, I'm thinking about leaving my full-time job. Like, do you have more work for me, or do I need to go find somebody else, to do this stuff? And many of them were like, oh yeah, we can do more hours, or here's a new project. Or even with one of my clients, like, she was like, oh, you have more capacity, I'm gonna have you do like this other thing. I got to lead a search for a nonprofit, like helping them hire somebody in a space, which was something that I had done like as a volunteer before. And so it was just nice to like sit in that process and be like, cool, I probably should never do that again. However, I appreciate you giving me like the space and time. And honestly, it actually, because I do their marketing and their communications, it actually helped me understand more how to talk about the work that's being done, having gone through it. But I was
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, that was definitely outside of my main wheelhouse. Like I was comfortable enough doing it, but I was like, if I had to do that every day, I would not. It was a lot
That's fair.
to walk through that process. But yeah, I think a lot of folks that I've especially been hearing, like with the economy the way it is, and like I've had friends who got laid off who are like, oh, I'm going to freelance and do this, and like had difficulty in that space of like, hey, you may need to put something, cobble some things together, have a part-time job, or have like a couple hours a week here and there. And even like back in the day, like going and working through like a staffing agency or something like that, where you could get even some hours, I think is helpful as well. So you don't have to make the burden either having like a full-time job or having like full-time, in your business work. So yeah,
Absolutely.
just being creative. But I think the main thing is like, just don't do nothing and wallow in it. Like you got to make a move.
Right. And I do think it's also really good to point out that you and I are coming from a place where like our startup costs were very limited because we're like service-based businesses that operate online. Yeah. Whereas if you are thinking about starting like an in-person brick and mortar business, you're going to have a different set of needs. And so you probably are going to need to work for a little bit to save up for that if you don't already have capital that you can put into it, right?
Absolutely. I got puppies making noises.
I think that just adds character.
I know. I think Amazon's delivering something. That's probably why. Although, okay, so I have to tell a funny story. We get so many door-to-door salespeople here in Vegas. Like I didn't know that was a thing. Like until
I thought that was
here, and like so we have had like a huge number of people like knock on our doors. Like there's people who are always trying to like sell us new windows, and we're like, it's a rental. We're not replacing the windows here. Or like landscapers. There were people yesterday that we ran into on our walk with our dog who were like, oh, can we bug you on the street? And we're like, what the fuck do you want? We're like literally walking our dog. It was people from AT&T who like wanted us to switch our cell phone plans. And we're like, no, we're not going to like do this in the road with you here. It's wild. It's such a different thing here. Like
that's so interesting. That would not fly here in Portland.
I don't think so at all.
People would get pissed.
Yeah. Oh, I think like, just people in Portland just don't open their door. Like
no. We're very antisocial when it comes to people coming to our doorstep. Like
uninvited, unannounced.
Uninvited. Yeah. We get very pissy if people just like show up. Which to be fair.
Yeah. Like,
boundaries.
Absolutely. Sorry, I just took us way off on a tangent.
That's okay. I love it. Well, I think now's like a really good time anyway to transition to our wins and do betters. So what is your win for the week?
So I'm super excited because next week my client is hosting an in-person women's leadership conference here in Las Vegas. And so we nailed down all of the run of show details. This is the first time that I'm actually like working on an event with her. And I got to tell her, I was like, honey, I've done these a lot of times. Like AMA was just all events, and so I've like done these different things before. And so it was nice to just put her at ease and be like, just like talk to me about what your vision is. I will put all the details in. I will help you with the logistics and everything. And so, I'm excited to be there for her that day. And then, I'm running like her table and my vendor table. And then John is going to be running around taking pictures, which I'm really excited he gets to go be there. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah. What's your win for this week, Tori?
Yeah. So we talked about this in a previous episode, but I spent a ton of time restructuring my offers in 2025 and planning and updating my systems. And I'm happy to say that most of that is pretty much done. And I'm now like implementing it. And I'm really hoping that helps my 2026, because I just feel better about what I'm doing. And so I hope that that kind of comes across and that energy comes across. And yeah, I feel good about it. So
Clarity is helpful and being clear.
exactly. Yes, it is. Truly. So what about your do better? What are you going to do better this week?
My do better is just keeping up with my own business marketing and content creation. And so
Fair.
like every time I have an idea, actually like doing it and following through. So I think that is something that in general for 2026, I want to be showing up more in my own content as well.
That's fair. That's fair.
How about you?
And you can do it.
I know we can do it. We can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. For me, it's going to be time management. Not even necessarily with like work and time blocks and stuff like that, because I do feel like I'm getting there, but I think just like, I don't know, it's just like the stupidest things. Like I'll have like a haircut and it's literally a 2-minute drive and I'm like on time or a minute or two late every single time. I'm like, there is no excuse. Like, what is happening? And there's something that happens in my brain now, and it's gotten worse since I became a parent, where I'm like, oh, I still have 10 minutes, or I still have 5 minutes, or, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden I'm late. And I didn't used to be this way, or at least this bad. And so I don't know, like I used to be really stressed whenever I'd be late. And like, and now I've just accepted that this is who I am. And I don't like it. I mean, I'm not late to like client shit, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but your own personal stuff. Yeah. I've done that before where I'm just like, oh my God, I'm supposed to go get a massage. And now I'm going to show up late, which means I'm going to start late, which means, no, it's,
exactly.
Sometimes I just lie to myself and I say it's earlier just so that I am there on time. And then especially
I've changed the clock
have
in
you
my car
so that it's earlier.
It's and so I don't know what it does to me mentally, but it like helps me drive faster, I guess. I don't know.
Safely drive.
Safely drive faster.
No, now that I'm doing more in-person stuff here in Vegas too, I'm now starting to like pad time on the start time and the end time so that I can get there on time and that I'm not like late to things when I have to come back to the office here. Or honestly, I think one thing somebody had told me the other day is they're like, find a nice coffee shop where you can take the meeting. I was like, oh, that's a good idea of just like having like a backup plan as well. Because sometimes you're at like the event and you're like, I really need to talk to Tori and I don't want to like just leave, leave. Be like, bye, I gotta go, kind of thing. So that might be a good backup plan to have. So
I love that. I love that a lot. Well, okay, thank you for that. Now, will you tell me what piece of media you're into?
Okay, so it's like a mystery show on Apple TV, but it's called Pluribus. And I feel like one of our previous guests brought it up. I can't even remember who it was, but
I was gonna say it sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't even remember who we talked about with that. I guess we'll get to it when we get to it in like the actual recap time. But
was it Brady?
Maybe it was. I can't remember.
I know, like I remember this conversation.
Was it Nick? Was it Nick from? Oh my God, Intuitive Digital. It might have been him. I don't know. It was definitely a man.
You're right. It was definitely a man. Yeah. I actually think you're right. I think it was Nick.
Anyways, I'm not going to ruin it. But it was just so fascinating. And it wrapped up. I think it will wrap up by the time we publish this. But yeah, it's just been entertaining. And it's one of those shows where like, because it's a mystery, you'll probably like watch it through as it comes out, and then I'm probably gonna like immediately watch it all over again, similar to like what I did with Severance when it first came out, like first came out, now that you like knew what the fuck was happening. So yeah, that is my obsession right now. How about you? What is your fave media right now?
Yes. So I haven't watched it yet because it's coming out, but I'm just really excited about it. So there's a new Netflix movie coming out called People We Met on Vacation. It's an Emily Henry book.
Yes.
And I have been waiting for a really long time for it to come out. I'm just really, really excited. I'm also just excited in general for just like the return of rom-coms.
Yes.
Like I feel like I don't know what Hollywood has been doing for the last decade, but their rom-coms have been shit.
Yes.
Like I cannot think of one good rom-com in recent years. Like all of them have been absolutely terrible. And I feel like
give me some Love Actually
get it
again,
back.
You know, like we need some of those like
exactly.
Oh, I'm excited.
Even like the 90s were so good. Like the 90s and early 2000s was like peak rom-com media. Like I don't know, it was perfect. And I'm feeling like based on like commercials and trailers and stuff that I'm seeing for like other movies too, like I'm of course cannot think of anything that I can off the top of my head, but like I feel like we're starting to have a comeback
of it.
Rom-coms. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna be watching that and I will report back.
I'm gonna add it to my list and make sure I watch it because I had that it is Emily Henry, right? The Happy Place book that I told you that I had grabbed. That was really cute. So I'm looking forward to it because I did like her other book as well. Awesome.
All of her books are pretty good. She's a good writer.
I love it.
Yay. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. And you knew we couldn't get through an episode without talking about books. So.
It's just a natural occurrence at this point.
A natural occurrence. Exactly. Well, thank you. I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time.
Sounds good.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Take the Leap podcast. Check out our show notes to connect with us and our guests. If you have questions about the episode or ideas for future topics, send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at aloha@taketheleap-today.com. If you're interested in being a guest, fill out the guest interest form on our website.
If you're a new entrepreneur who is looking for a roadmap to move your business idea forward, check out the Take the Leap course on our website, taketheleap-today.com. Members who join the course also have an opportunity to join us in bi-weekly co-working and group coaching calls to build momentum and work on your business.
And if you'd like a flavor of what we offer, sign up for our free webinar with the 9 essential steps you need to launch your business with clarity and confidence. See you next time.